In recent decades, there has been a strong shift towards high schools and universities implementing ancient reception studies among their pedagogical approaches, with recognised benefits being that it makes the study of antiquity more accessible and meaningful for students. I believe that a reception studies approach is especially useful when teaching material that the students may otherwise be unfamiliar with, as analysis of contemporary adaptations can generate wide-ranging discussions, which in turn illuminate key facets of the ancient material. It is for this reason that I chose to use a reception studies approach when introducing our students to the ancient Amazons. The Amazons were significant figures in the Greco-Roman mythic corpus, as visual and written representations of these formidable warrior women span several centuries, from pre-Homeric times to the late Roman Empire. Amazons are featured in the works of many well-known ancient authors, including Homer and Virgil, and appear in the mythic cycles of renowned heroes Heracles, Theseus, and Achilles. Despite this, as I've spoken with classics academics who are currently undertaking research on the Amazons, they all noted that there was minimal or non-existent reference to Amazon mythology throughout their high school and undergraduate studies. This mirrors my own experiences, as I first formally learned about the Amazons in my honours year when I came across Quintus Smoneus's Post-Homerica, book 1 of which focuses on the Amazon queen Penthesilea. I was thus expecting that our student cohort would likewise be unfamiliar with the ancient Amazons, a prediction which was confirmed to be true in our tutorial discussions. This is perhaps due to the inherent male bias in antiquity, as the majority of ancient sources were written by men, and this bias was largely inherited in traditional scholarship, with its predominant focus on the lives and feats of elite Greek males, both historical and mythological. As a feminist theorist, I seek to unearth the lived experiences and legendary stories of ancient women in my research and teaching, which I hope to do in part by introducing our students to the Amazon warrior women. To overcome the students' unfamiliarity with ancient Amazon mythology, I incorporated an extended case study of a well-known contemporary Amazon figure, Wonder Woman. I did so with the intention that students would be able to identify and analyse similarities and differences between Wonder Woman and the ancient Amazons, as well as to highlight the influence of the feminist movement on retellings of Amazon mythology post-antiquity. I also hoped that students would gain an awareness and appreciation of how ideology and societal practices can shape storytelling by comparing ancient and modern perspectives on the Amazons. To facilitate these in-depth discussions, I worked with Paul McDonald from the Learning Design and Teaching Innovation team to create a green screen video juxtaposing representations of Amazons from ancient vase paintings and sculptures with images from Wonder Woman comics and footage from the 2017 and 2020 movies. Here are some scenes from the video we created, which illustrate how we utilised footage from the movies as well as comic book images to provide a visual overview of Wonder Woman's representation in contemporary media. Please note that I had to film this green screen video from home during the COVID lockdown, which I did through Zoom by simply using a green square as my background, so the visual quality is not as good as it would be if it were filmed in the studio. But nonetheless, the end result is an engaging video which succinctly contrasts ancient and modern depictions of Amazon figures. Teaching the Amazons through Wonder Woman proved to be an effective method, as it generated great discussion in the tutorial groups regarding the ancient Amazons as well as the transmission of mythology more generally. To begin the tutorial discussion, students shared similarities they noted between Wonder Woman and the ancient Amazons, specifically with regards to elements of the ancient myth that might otherwise be overlooked. A few students noted that, much like in the opening scene of Wonder Woman 1984, ancient Amazons are consistently depicted fighting on horseback, and these students were curious as to the significance of the Amazons' cavalry combat. This allowed me to teach about the historical origins of Amazon mythology, explaining that the ancient stories were likely based on Greeks' observations of semi-nomadic Eurasian steppes peoples, where women fought alongside men, as the speed, strength and mobility provided by the warhorse overcame natural disadvantages they may otherwise face as a result of their sex. Students also noted pertinent differences between the ancient Amazons and Wonder Woman, most notably that Wonder Woman is portrayed in a more explicitly feminized and sexualized manner, more so than the mythic Amazons. This then generated a productive debate regarding Wonder Woman's status as a feminist icon, complicated by matters such as the male gaze and lack of intersectionality, as well as the Amazons' relevance in today's fifth-wave feminist climate. As part of this discussion, we considered the appeal of ancient Amazon mythology in the 1940s, when William Moulton Marston created the first Wonder Woman comic. Students commented that the all-female Amazonian society, characterized by women's self-reliance and political autonomy, may have held special relevance in the first-wave feminist context, inextricably intertwined with the women's suffrage movement. Thus, the Wonder Woman case study was a useful tool to teach the importance of ideology in the transmission of classical mythology post-antiquity. As I prepared the Wonder Woman case study, I was aware of the potential pitfall that it may lead students to approach the Amazons anachronistically, analysing them through a distinctly modern lens. This was initially the case for one student, who enthusiastically praised the ancient Amazons for upholding feminist ideals, even referring to them as girl bosses. As is necessary in the field of ancient reception studies, I used this opportunity to discuss the importance of interrogating both ancient and modern perspectives of mythic material, and I encouraged the students to analyse the ancient Amazons through recourse to the Greek patriarchal system, rather than modern notions of feminism. Overall, teaching Amazon mythology through the contemporary case study of Wonder Woman proved to be a productive activity which shed light on both the ancient and modern subject matter, illustrating the benefits of incorporating ancient reception studies within the classroom.